Okay, well, I guess we're recording now.
And then if I accidentally hit record.
Okay.
All right, welcome to the demo episode of Shameless in Chicago, where we had nothing planned out.
Yeah, so this podcast recording is really just us hanging out, talking, and
Testing the equipment.
Yeah, yeah. But our idea for this podcast is really just to be able to have a conversation and include you in it, because I feel like a lot of time I listen to a podcast and I never feel included. Like I'm just listening to two people talk and I'm like the outsider listening.
Yeah, and I definitely think we've got some edge in it because you can definitely reach us any way you want. You can hit us up at Instagram at Airways Chicago. Mm-hmm. But anyways, let's dive into something that we can actually talk about for 30 minutes.
Yeah. So one of the episodes, I actually want to bring in a highlight that I brought in from a book, because I would like to bring in like a little bit of my background in psychology, because I was reading this book and it was about a psychiatrist that goes missing and all of that. It's a really good book. It's by Frida McFadden. And it had like 8,000 highlights. Like this basic psychology fact had 8,000 highlights, because when you read on Kindle, it tells you how many people highlighted it.
Like highlighted it like with like a highlighter on the screen?
No. There's a feature where you can like click and underline it, and then you just click highlight and it'll highlight for you, and then you can go back and read it. But the thing with that is that it was interesting. I was like, wait, so there's 8,000 people out there that this basic psychology fact they find interesting. So I was like, I have a master's degree, so I know so much of it. So let me throw out fun facts for you guys.
All right, well, hit me. I want to see why I'm so messed up.
Yo, mama.
Oh, she brought it out chronologically why I'm so messed up. That is a new skill I've never seen before. Too bad I don't have your face, though.
Are you complimenting me?
No, I guess I meant to say I wish no one would have your face because it's so ugly.
Beautiful. Okay.
Okay. Man, you know what? I actually had a list of interview and debate topics from when we were talking about the Stoner interview show. So I'm going to pull some topics from there. We can roll off of that.
The Stoner interview show?
Yeah, interview questions and debate topics.
Okay.
So I know you're not a believer of aliens. You don't believe that aliens exist, right?
I do not, no.
Okay, so I want to unpack that because I think you're wrong.
Okay, but like, I don't know. I'm not interested in that topic. Let's talk about something else.
Okay. But I saw your face light up. I was like, oh, here we go.
No, because my argument for like aliens not existing is honestly really like small, because I'm religious and I believe in the Bible, and the Bible doesn't mention aliens, so I don't feel like there are aliens. But
or maybe it was censored. Ooh.
Okay, but I also don't believe in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, find this. How long would you survive in a horror movie? Let's say like a teen slasher movie from the 80s. Like you're being chased around by Michael Myers, Jason with a chainsaw. How long are you going to last?
Oh, honestly, I don't know.
You have no idea?
You don't have another topic to discuss?
I have a bunch of topics. I'm just throwing them out there. You're batting them down.
Yeah, I don't like that one either.
Okay. Did you fail your DARE officer?
Did I fail my DARE officer? Mm-hmm. We need better topics. Okay. Oh, let's do this. When did you first smoke weed? That's it. Okay, guys, I just want to mention that's literally his first topic of discussion, and he didn't decide to discuss it. So when did you first smoke weed? Let's talk about your first time story.
Oh, you want to hear about my first time?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay, so my first time was with the neighbor boy and my brother, and we smoked weed.
How old is your brother?
I think he was 15 at that point. I was 11 or 12.
Okay.
So he was either 14, 15. We're 3 years apart. But so my parents went out for a family friend's wedding, and they were gone all night. So I remember my brother came up to me and asked me how much money I had, because that's what we did. So I had this little change jar that automatically counted like the change that went in by the coin, and I had enough to buy something. So my brother decides that we are going to go walk down to the corner store and get some snacks, because we're going to prepare for my first time getting high. And then we walk to our oldest brother's friend's house, who sold a 14, 15-year-old and an 11-year-old, 12-year-old marijuana.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I grew up in small town America, and this is just what happens. So we lived on like a really steep hill, and next to that hill was a forest. So it was super dark. There was like one street like every 3 blocks, and we were not on that block.
Oh, wow.
So we walked down to the darkest area of that block with a bowl, and my brother put the bowl up to my lips, and just said, suck as hard as you can and as long as you can. And
wow. Wouldn't be the first time you heard that. Or last time you heard that.
Ew. That was the most heinous thing I think you've ever said to me. Thank you. But so after that, next thing I remember, I should say, is that we were in the basement of my childhood home, and I had ripped open a bag of gummy worms while we were playing a video game tie-in of a movie. I think it was Wanted, back when you could curve the bullet. And the next day I felt still really stoned. Like I felt like euphoric, like my brain had reset. But not long after, my oldest brother, who was informed by my other brother that we smoked, had made a joke to my mother saying, when are you going to let Luke smoke with me now? And my mother flipped her lid. Like she literally flung herself on the couch crying, blah, blah, blah. I walked up to her and said, Mom, I really like smoking weed, but if this is how you're going to act every time I do it, I don't think I'm going to do it anymore.
Oh my God. So you openly admitted to your mom that you were smoking weed?
There was no walking away from it. Like she had already taken the information and ran with it. Okay. There was no point. I said, you know what? I'm just going to take this one. What was your first time smoking weed?
Oh, honestly, mine was a lot older. I was 17 when I smoked weed for my first time. And my mom went to her friend's house. My dad went to work. There was a festival going on, and it was right by my house. And my friend, who was a big time stoner at that time, she came over for her birthday, and we were going to go to this festival, and we were going to walk there. And I was like, you know what? As your birthday gift, we'll get high for the first time, you know? So we went to the side of my house, and she lit up a bowl, and she put her arms around me to light up the bowl for me and just put the bowl to my mouth. And I smoked it, and I had never...
I didn't hear any of that.
Okay, good. I had never gotten high before, so...
Had the friend gotten high before?
Yeah, I literally said she had been a big time stoner.
Okay.
Yeah, if only you were listening. Okay, anyways. So yeah, she set it all up. I got high. I didn't feel like I was high because everyone's like, the first time you don't get high, but the first time you do get high, okay?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know what these people are talking about or what kind of grass they're smoking right off the ground.
It's literally because you've never gotten high before, so you don't know what the feeling is. It's like having sex for the first time and like being like, did I orgasm? I don't know. That feels different.
Can't relate.
Oh shit. Okay. Anyways, so then we went to the festival, and we sat in her future boyfriend's, now ex-boyfriend's, car, and we hotboxed his car because they were both stoners. And that was an interesting time because it was my first time getting high, and I was like, oh shit, this is cool, man. I was like, I'm a stoner now. I'm part of this club.
You know, I definitely feel more boring as an adult stoner than I did as a teenage stoner.
Yeah, no, I can agree, because then I would track how every single high felt. So my first high was like, it was lame. I didn't really feel high. My second time, I don't remember. And then my third time was when I had felt my paranoid high, where I was just paranoid, anxious, feeling everything around me. Everything was like heightened. And then that was just like a one-time thing. And then afterwards, I just became a foodie high, where all I wanted to do was eat and had the munchies all the time. And then I grew up and I stopped smoking because it just gave me anxiety all the time. So
see, I spoke sporadically in high school, and then it made me I threw up a lot. Like, you know, I was the worst smoker ever. Like, if you gave me 3 puffs, I was your problem for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
But as an adult, I started to smoke more and more, and I had some of those super freaky highs. Like, there'd be times where we'd be sitting around the TV, just smoking a bong, blah, blah, blah. And I would honestly feel the sensation that I was pissing myself down my pants, and I would have to get up. I would have to go to the bathroom and have to check. I'd be like, okay, everything's dry, you know? But I just got so much more into it. And I don't know. It definitely just agrees with my brain a lot more than I used to.
Well, that's different because for me it was a reverse effect. But I remember one time I got so high off of a dab pen.
Ooh, my favorite way to get high.
That is probably my least favorite way to get high. The 2 worst highs were ever when I got too high because I smoked my friend's dab pen. And I kept smoking and smoking and smoking because I just wanted to be high, right? And
I can relate.
yeah, and I got so high. We were driving to the city and I thought about jumping out of the car to feel something because my body felt so numb, but I was so freaked out. And then we went to the beach. And then as soon as I got to the beach, she was like, just put your feet in the water so you can feel something. And I was like, so I feel nothing right now. Like I was so pissed.
Gosh.
And then I put my feet in the water and I was just like, I still feel nothing.
I think you're one of those people who thinks about your high way too much when you're high.
I do. And that's why I no longer get high.
No, I see my brain is everywhere else rather than how high I am. Because sometimes I realize I'm not even high anymore. I'm just enjoying what I was doing while I was stoned already.
Yeah, no. I feel like when I get high, I flip a switch for hyper awareness and hyper alertness. And I hate it.
Do you think that's because you're a woman though?
No, I honestly like if there's anybody else out there, if you guys could like comment on our Instagram and let us know, is it just like a psych thing or a therapist thing? Because I had this conversation with my therapist friends and not a single one of us gets high, and all of us that as soon as we went into the field, we stopped getting high because we just recognized that we overthink way too much. Like my friend used to work at a bakery. Okay. Well, my former coworker used to work at a bakery and she was a stoner. Her friends were stoners, everything. She entered in the profession of psychology when she was 30. And when that ball hit, she stopped. She's like, I can't do it anymore.
I think I'm actually starting to head down that little path because so I get high every morning.
Still?
Yeah. Well, no. So actually that's the thing. Not every morning anymore.
Oh, okay.
Ever since I turned 26, it's like less and less. I was on my way to work this morning. I was like, I have not hit this dab pen at all. And I was thinking about it. I was like, well, I kind of don't want to. And it's interesting because I think what's happening is that with my partner and I, we go to out of state to purchase our stuff because it's cheaper. It's a little less legal because we're transferring over a state line that's not legal. But I don't care.
Okay, you just self-incriminated yourself.
But it's all edited in post. I don't care. But so what we do is I can't remember what I was talking about.
Why you no longer smoke weed in the morning.
Right. So we discovered that there's much more cheap weed an hour and a half away from us. And so we go out, we get it, and we get a lot. So I can get 2 ounces and I can get 28-gram cartridges. That's my maximum for that state, I believe. And what it does is now that I've have so much weed and I've spent so little on it and I have these cartridges that I love so much, I'm smoking the cartridges more, but I'm smoking them at a slower rate and I'm smoking my actual grass.
Oh, interesting.
Slowly. But so I'm getting higher when I smoke because my body's not producing the cannabinoids in my brain as it is when I'm constantly smoking.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of finding that happy medium again where I'm getting really, really high and then I can't smoke weed at work anymore because I get anxious.
Yeah. But is it once you get older, you require less to get high? Does your body synthesize the cannabinoids differently?
I don't know if your age has anything to play on it. I definitely think it has to do with the tolerance and what you're smoking because I won't smoke off the street anymore. Ever since I heard that, I don't even care about the fentanyl because I'm pretty sure that's just the FDA trying to scare us from buying street weed. But what I did hear, and I do believe, is that a lot of street marijuana is grown and fertilized in dark water, which is feces from humans.
What?
Yeah, that's how it grows so luscious and vitamin full. It's because it's grown in human shit. And I will not do that. I don't care if I'm burning it. I don't care if I'm burning away the bacteria. I would rather drive an hour and a half away to pick up what I need.
Okay.
And go home and smoke comfortably.
Yeah. I mean, whatever works for you at the end of the day. And honestly, whatever works for your pocket.
Yeah. But so I heard that someone kind of had a bit of a hair nightmare.
Wait, we're still talking about marijuana.
I know. We're talking about it for 15 minutes.
Wait, but I actually have a fun fact.
Oh, hit me up.
Okay. So according to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, marijuana is one of the most used drugs in the U.S. and its use is widespread among young people. In 2021, so pretty recent, within the past 2 years, 35.4% of young adults aged 18 to 25, so we kind of just aged out of it.
Hit me up.
11.8 million people reported using marijuana in the past year.
And I think that's amazing.
That's pretty cool. According to the Monitoring the Future survey, rates of past year marijuana use among middle and high school students have actually remained relatively steady since the late 1990s.
Now, when you say steady, like how many middle schoolers are smoking weed that we have a steady rate?
Well, it says that in 2022, 30.7% of 12th graders reported using marijuana in the past year, and 6.3% reported using marijuana daily. In addition, many young people also use vaping devices to consume cannabis products. In 2022, nearly 20.6% of 12th graders reported that they vaped marijuana in the past year, and 2.1% reported that they did so daily.
I feel like these numbers are not real. These teenagers are lying on these surveys because everyone I ever grew up with was smoking or drinking daily, but was I just hanging around with the wrong people?
I think you definitely were, because I did not smoke, you know? I was not in that crowd. I never smoked until I was 17. I only had one friend that actually smoked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really weird. That's how your perspective's built up by who surrounds you, I guess.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, I have this disposition to believe that every teenager is a stoner or has a vice that they like to take care of pretty much every day because we have no impulse control, because I was surrounding myself with those people, including myself, and you were not.
I was not, no. And I think mainly because I had a community and I had religion that I stuck close to. So that's kind of what kept me from doing what everyone else was doing.
She got high off of the big man.
Yeah, honestly. And it was a good time. I love my Assyrian church and community and stuff like that, because like my motivation was that in the summer I was going to get a free trip to California. So that motivated me.
Did they drug test you?
No, not at all. But instead of Friday night going to do some drugs,
you had a bigger goal in mind.
Yeah, I was spending my Friday nights at Bible study.
Oh man, our Friday nights were very different. I was working at our fish restaurant where I smelled like a tuna's asshole.
Oh my god, yeah. So that's why I stayed away from everything. Community is honestly very important.
It is, but it's something that's definitely lacking. But not to alienate an entire nation. No, but definitely want to switch over to a different topic. I want to hear about your hair struggles.
My hair disaster?
Yeah, I want to hear about your hair disasters.
Oh my gosh.
Because I think we both definitely need to take a trip to the hydration lounge that we were looking at.
Yeah, I know. Some girls posted it on Facebook. I wonder if anybody who's listening out there has actually ever been to a scalp massage place.
Is it like a specializing scalp massage?
Yes.
I want to know where they get off at charging you $98.
I don't know.
Because I was speaking about this with my partner.
Yeah.
And he said, tell me about your hair disaster. Like you just had some extensions, right?
Yes. So I had my extensions installed. And so I've been on a hair recovery journey because when I was in high school and a little bit of college, I was dyeing my hair all the colors of the rainbow minus blue and green because those were the two colors I did not like. So I have been on a recovery journey of just like growing out my hair naturally and everything. And so it grew back naturally. And like, I don't have the thick, luscious Middle Eastern hair, but it's not that thin, right? I was like, okay, am I delusional? Like, I don't think my hair's that thin.
A little delulu.
Yeah. I was like, it's not that thin. But I still got extensions because I wanted the length and a little bit of the volume, right? Every woman wants volume. No matter how thick or thin her hair is, she loves the volume. So, yeah, exactly.
You can just imagine big perms.
I'm just imagining like Farrah Fawcett or like big blown out hair.
Oh, I miss the bygone era. I say I miss it. Born in 97.
I swear. So, yeah, so I got my extensions installed and then I got them removed. And then I was like, okay, my hair is still like keeping the thickness. And then I got them installed and then removed recently. And like my friend's doing my hair. And because I think she's my friend, she just kind of like doesn't care about the way, like how I feel or how she treats me.
Oh.
So she's just kind of like yanking my hair. Yeah. And I'm just like, ow, that hurts. And then she's like, I just can't get it out. I'm like, thinking to myself, like, bro, if this was somebody else, you wouldn't be doing it. And I'm like, I know you're pulling my hair right now. Like, hair is fragile, you know? It's not freaking held on by deadlocks.
Right.
So she's like pulling and yanking my hair. And I'm like having this epiphany yesterday. And I'm like, so I got my hair done. And I was like, okay, she took them out. And then I put them back in 2 days later. I was like, bro, my hair feels so thin. I was like, my hair is not this thin. Like, it's just not.
You don't think it's just like because you had the weight of the extensions on you for so long and now you're not used to it?
Yes, I was thinking that, right?
Okay.
But then I looked at a picture of myself right before I got the extensions installed, and I had straightened my hair, and my hair looked luscious. It looked nice.
Uh-huh. Oh no.
And I was like,
Can you go back to the salon and pick up what's on the floor or whatever your natural hair is and just kind of like thread it in?
No, I swear.
Oh, no.
So then now I have the extensions back in. And when I put the extensions back in, because my hair has gotten so much thinner, I feel, I had to remove a total of 10 extensions from my hair. Like, she didn't put them back on. So I put on 1 pack less because each pack comes with 10.
Okay.
I put on a whole pack less. And it's like, that shouldn't be happening, you know? Like, I should have enough hair to cover these extensions.
Yeah.
So that was another, like, ding, ding, red. Like, it helped, like, solidify, yeah, my thought process. So now I'm just here. I had a wedding. I had the extensions for the wedding. My hair looked great.
Good, great.
And now Friday's coming along. I have a party. So obviously you got to look decent for that. And that's the last thing that I have. Holidays, whatever.
Are you kidding me? You don't have anything coming up in October that you need to look good for?
No, I thought about opening day. for Airwave Studio.
Hey.
But I think I'll just put like, if I don't get them removed, I'll just put clip-ins in.
And no Halloween parties, no haunted house events you want to look, you know, for.
It's something that I could survive without having like fake hair for.
All right. I mean, hey, you do you, I guess.
But what are your thoughts on like getting the scalp massage?
I will try anything that may benefit me at least once. I am just appalled at the price tag of it. But if it's anything that could actually work, because I've dealt with eczema, dry scalp, psoriasis, whatever.
Is your psoriasis?
So that's the fun part. I've gone to a dermatologist and they're always like, I'm a little hesitant to label it, but that's your job. Label it. You know, because no one wants to be liable if they're wrong. But so I've used Muciporin, hydrocortisone. I've used so many medicated shampoos. At one point, I was given a cocktail of 3 different shampoos, something I had to rub into my scalp before I showered, something to use during the shower, and then one more to use after I showered. And let me tell you, no one's going to wake up, no child will wake up for 6th grade or so at 4 a.m. just to wash your hair.
No, seriously.
So, I was a very flaky person for my entire life.
Oh. I feel like your dandruff has gotten under control now, though.
It does, but as the drier the seasons get on, the drier my skin will get, and the more everyone will suffer, especially if you have black furniture covers. Sorry, partner.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we have a black futon over there. We sit on it, and I'm going to keep my head completely still because it's snowing today inside on my head.
Oh. Yeah, we're definitely going to try this out and let you guys all know what it feels like.
Yeah, I hope we get to record it. I want to do like a whole time lapse of our scalp dration. Yeah. I'm going to call it the scalp dration.
Yeah. I've been thinking about, like, I also kind of want to shave my head. It's been something I've always wanted to do.
What?
Yeah.
So, like, not even, like, you want to shave your whole head?
Yeah, I want to shave my head.
The entire thing.
Okay. Hear me out. I don't know if it's just Assyrians or just like foreigners in general, but Assyrians have a superstition that at 2 years old, you shave off your kid's head of hair so it can grow back thicker. So my mom never did that for me and my sister. So I've like thought about it. I'm like, I kind of want to, start from scratch. And also oiling, like I want to like oil my hair. And like, I feel like if I shave it off, it'll get more in my pores, my head pores, my scalp pores, whatever it's called. But yeah, it's just something I thought of. I've thought about it since 8th grade, and I texted my best guy friend at the time, "Hey, would you still be my friend if I shaved my head?" And he said no, so I didn't do it.
You know, I've definitely seen maybe like try like a section shave first, you know?
Oh,
like keep it down to like keep the cyberpunk lesbian look on there, but like see how it works out for you. And if you don't like it, then you could just flip the hair over, do an overdo, or you just wait for.
Or should I just do like the under?
An undercut?
Yeah, but see, I'm a go hard or go home.
Yeah, I say
girly.
go hard. I mean, an undercut, that's just going to make your hair look thinner.
Oh, you're so right.
Like this is where the issue is stemming from.
Yeah.
You're worried about your hair looking thin.
Yeah.
But what if you just shaved a portion of it and see how it went?
I want to shave it all. I'm a go hard or go home. Either we're
That's
going in or we're
that's
not.
a little hard. That's a little Are you okay? Are you in a conservatorship that I should know about?
No, I feel like I'm actually really happy, thank God, and very confident in myself and my body, so that like I'm in the place to do it.
Okay. I'll shave your head for you if that's what you need.
You mean like payback? Like what I did for you?
yeah. For those of you who don't know, which is pretty much everyone in the whole world, Nineveh used to love to butcher my hair.
I did not butcher your hair.
She did not.
No, I didn't.
She did. No. But I love to look at her and say that because she gets so defensive as if she did.
No, because I did a really nice job on your hair.
Oh yeah, we just need to practice your lineup skills.
Yeah, that's about
For
it.
17-year-old Nineveh.
Right, but now I line up Armand and I do a pretty good job at it.
Can I get a yay or a nay from the engineer? Does she line up your hair well?
I think she does a pretty good job, yeah.
She does a pretty good job, huh? Well, you will win this round.
Thank you. It's about time.
But I think the Snapchat memories I have coming for us will shed some light.
That I should have gone to cosmetology school. Yeah, I get that.
It's okay. We all make mistakes. Some were just less expensive than others.
Oh gosh.
Speaking of expensive mistakes, I lived downtown once. I'll just say downtown. Downtown where parking your own car at your own home is,
Gold Coast?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
is $300.
Yeah, apparently that's a trend.
Yeah, and I think it's the most despicable thing ever to say that I need a 7-figure salary
No, literally.
to live comfortably in a box that's 300 square feet.
Was your studio 300 square feet?
My studio was...
I feel like your studio was probably like 500, 600 square feet.
So you think my studio was as big as our studio?
Yeah. Your closet, your bathroom?
No, I don't think so at all. I think 3 of my homes could fit in our studio.
Really?
Yeah, I think I had 200 and 250 square feet to work with.
Okay, we need to contact your aunt and confirm this information.
Yeah, maybe we can just look at the Zillow listing.
Oh, we can.
Yeah, check it out. But so let me tell you, when we lived down there, and I say we because you were over constantly, I had never spent so much money in my entire life and justified it by saying, "Oh, you just lived downtown. It's how it works." Like, no. There came a point where you just stop waiting for the free parking at 5 p.m. if you can get it, and you say, "I'm gonna pay the $300 because that's the lowest price I can find." When I first lived in the city, when I first lived downtown, I could not get a hold of the parking manager for my building. And when I move, I'm such a stressed person. And when I'm a stressed person, I definitely have freakouts, breakdowns, whatever. You will see me cry in the middle of a move, no matter how easy it is. I will bawl my eyes of frustration. So for, I think 2 weeks, I couldn't get into contact with this man. It was the only person you could talk to get an application for parking. Even though it was run by a third-party company, you could only talk to this manager.
Oh my gosh.
I left so many rude voicemails. It was so embarrassing. 2 weeks later, 2 weeks after parking in different parking garages within a 5-block radius in December
Oh my gosh.
next to the lake. I think I had a right to be mad at some point, but
Of
yeah.
course.
But so he calls me and he's like, yeah. You'll need to come into the office and fill out the application that you already filled out online. And we're only open from this time to this time and this time to this time. So I am officially missing like the first quarter of my day of work to go fill out this application. And this man gives me an application. It's 1 page. And he's like, yeah, by the way, I need to know how much you pay to rent. I said, what? It's like, it's on the application. If you live here, I need to know how much you're paying in rent. I was befuddled. I was like, I'm in no position to not give this man the information he needs because I need a parking spot. I'm paying $12 to $15 a day in parking.
Okay, but why did he need your rent information?
I don't know, but I gave it to him.
Oh.
I gave it to him. I told him how much I paid in rent, and
Ooh.
he looked at me. He said, "How in the hell are you only paying this much?" I said, "Sir, please give me my parking pass.
Okay, I'm glad you didn't explain the reason why.
No. Oh gosh, no. But I was like, this is ridiculous. I need my parking pass after 2 weeks, and I feel like I need a reimbursement. Back then, parking was only $280, and then they bumped it up to $300.
But when they sent you the bump up notification, they made sure to get your attention real quick.
Oh my God, I had the biggest fight with whoever I was talking to, the associate. I said, no, you will not charge me. I said, how dare you? I was fighting for the whole building, you know?
No, literally, it was so funny. You guys, you should have read his emails. He was literally saying, you guys aren't doing anything to improve this parking garage. I don't know how this concrete went up $20-$30.
And so it's like, yeah, you know, how will you increase the price of the parking garage? And look at me, I'm mad right now.
Yeah,
Half of the cars that parked there didn't even fit in that garage.
No, literally, guys, that garage was so small. Like, you had to, every inch mattered.
I was forced to learn how to reverse park. I was not a reverse parker. I hate reverse parking. I was like, fuck everyone who does reverse parking. You're just reverse parking. That's the only way I can park now because it's trauma. It's tattooed on my brain.
No, and then the curves to go up and to go down.
Oh my gosh.
If you miss that curve by a centimeter,
and people are always there to look at you. People are always there to see you.
Your window, your paint would be scratched off of your car. And like, I feel like the people who own this parking garage knew it because all the luxury vehicles parked on the first floor. Like, as soon as you got in, the luxury cars were there.
They were all reserved spots. And then so what the best part about the garage is that you weren't guaranteed a spot if you paid for yourself. So
you weren't.
You were not, because it was also open to the public to use, either just to come in and buy a ticket or to rent on one of those parking apps.
Yes.
Which I lived in a very high traffic, popular area.
Yes.
I came home so many times and had to fight for a parking spot in my own building, my own home.
Wow.
One time I waited on the downstairs, the lower level, the where nowhere parked, because that's where all the water would pool.
Yeah.
I had a security guard come up and like knock on my door and be like, "What are you doing here, buddy?" I had to show him my license. Say, I live here. I park here. I pay for parking here, dude.
No
I
way.
need to wait for a spot. He's like, "Okay, please turn off your car for a little bit at least." I'm like, "Okay, that's fair. Like, sure, whatever."
Yeah.
God, it's frustrating.
I know.
So I moved.
Honestly, I feel like if you're leaving your friend's house at like midnight and you're not guaranteed a parking spot, like it's the most frustrating part about living in Chicago is that you're never guaranteed a parking spot. So when you have like parking's included or garage parking or like a parking lot,
Read the fine print.
no, seriously.
And you know, when you survey the area, when you survey what you think you're going to be parking at, because I found the perfect spot. It was an outdoor parking lot that I found. The moment I moved, it closed and they put fences up all around it, and there was no way to park in there. I was like, what? This is going to be my parking spot because no one ever parks here.
Yeah.
Gone in an instant.
Sounds about right.
You get nothing in that town.
No, not a single thing. Maybe like the free parking by the school, but
that's if you get there. And some people wait. Some people will wait.
I was one of those people.
You were a waiter, that's for sure.
Was.
Yeah, you were a waitress.
I was waiting, that's for sure.
I think that's our time. Actually, we've officially hit 33 minutes.
Alrighty, well, thank you everyone for listening to Shameless in Chicago.
Join us next time where we find out if Nineveh is going to be able to take a punch in the stomach by the iron lung.
Where the hell did you get that from?
I don't know. I'm just trying
Anyways,
to
my friend needs help, honestly, guys. All right. Thank you so much for listening. And until the next episode.
Have a good one. Good night.
Bye.